Hi, Tony from the Heritage Line, and yes, we are back with a conversion this time. Now, I have a Gaugemaster LT controller. That is the Gaugemaster Locotester controller. Now, I think mine probably dates back to the early 2000s, late 90s, I don't know. It's one of the originals, and originally this thing would have actually had rollers on it. Now, mine didn't come with any rollers. Now, Gaugemaster did re-release a limited run on these things, and they used the DCC concept rollers, but I don't think I'm going to get away with that. So what I've done is I've purchased a Rolling Road. It's a Zeller Rolling Road, a German design, and it can be purchased at 10 Commandments. Any descriptions, notes, all in the comments below, guys. These are things that I actually got in my midweek mailbags. If you care to watch back, you can have a look at back when I actually opened the items and my thoughts at the time. But this episode is all about the conversion, and if I can make it back into a fully functional Rolling Road, with of course my little twists. Right then, guys, I hope you enjoy the show. Sit back, get your favourite tipple or a brew, and crack on. I will catch you guys later. Bye for now. Right then, it's finally time to look at the Model LT controller. So my first thoughts, obviously I want to use this Rolling Road, and it's not going to fit. So the plan is, at the minute, unscrew these and see if I can turn them around. So we'll crack on, we'll see what happens. Right, let's see if she fits. And she does. So, what am I going to do here? So there is a little bit of leeway in there. If I put that on like that, I tighten it up there. Let's see if she works. So that is going to work. Okay, right, we're happy with that. So the next job, or the next plan is, I've got to do something with these wires, and I want them. I'm wondering if I should take that bit out. I think that once these is tight, I reckon that'll work. Right, let's do it. Let's just take that centre bit out. make this fit? This is a question. I could make it fit like that. That might be worth a shot. So I need 2 crutches, or 2 long locos. There's 2 long locos. If that fits there, does this fit here? Yes. Thinking outside edge, and then the pressure of these will grip that. So let's try that. That will actually keep it straight. Fit nicely still. Yeah, so that fits in there like that. Okay, that just maybe a little bit tighter. A little bit of wiggle room there, isn't there? That fits in lovely there. Right then, next job. So I've got these connectors. Now my DCC will actually plug into that, and I'm going to make it so this plugs into it as well. So my thoughts are, I'm going to traipse a wire at the bottom, solder it to this, and we'll see where we go from there. Right, the other thing I've got some cable ties, and I've got some of these. Now the idea of these, get one out. These are just flat, and the idea is that you can stick them down like that and get a cable tie out, and then we can cable tie like that, put your wire through, jobs are good. What I need to check is one of these still works while that is there. Right, so I think that the next job is to do this. Actually, look at this. Will that go through? I wonder if I can make that a little bit deeper. Well, I got one on. is tight. If I can use that, get a couple on there, we might be laughing. Right, let's have another go. So I'm just filing away, just making the gap a little bit bigger. That's what we're trying. Right, see if it'll work. Oh yes. Right, got 3 of those. Now I need it. Right, I need that end to overhang. So I'm going to put it this way around, like that. So that's the other end. Right, so that's it. Let's see if I can plug them in. Right, so that's one side done. So the next bit, I'm going to tear that off. Next bit is to solder these wires. So I'll get my old soldering iron set up and we'll take it from there. Right, so we're back again, and the first thing we're going to do is try and sort these wires out. Let's start anything. Let's just take a bit of this off. Right, what I've got here is some heat shrink, so let's cut that up. I would say that should be enough. So the plan is we'll put that on like that. So that slides up nicely. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to twist the wires like that. That's nicely done, and then we're just going to tin over them, simple as. We're happy with that? Yeah. Right, one side done. I'm gonna, because this is the thinner side, I'm now going to fold that over onto that, and we're going to push the heat shrink over. Some thicker heat shrink this time. Right, we'll have to take it apart, try it again. Push it back, and there we go. Got it right that time, guys. Back of the iron just to melt it on. Right, crack on with the other side. Right, next bit. So I want to put these in next. So I think that's going to have to go about there. And there we go. Right, sorted. So let's get the Rolling Road sorted, shall we? So I'll take this out for the minute. So that's fitting in nicely. That'll fit in at the end. Happy days. Let's put some wheels in. Right, shall we see if we can get a loco working on it? I suppose we could try this 9F. Of course, before I do anything, I'm going to have to power up. So bear with me a minute, guys. Alright then, we're up and running. It took me a little while to align the wheels up with the actual rollers, but she's happy. We put power on, connected up, and away we go. As you can see, running forwards quite happily, and I decided in the end I didn't need a roller on this one and this one. 3 of them are enough to support it. But it's a bit of trial and error with different locos, in all honesty, guys. And we'll flip it the other way, and yeah, she's still going. The meter's telling me exactly how much she's pulling, which is just below 0.2 of an amp, but we're happy with that. That's very, very nice. Let's speed her up a bit, take her down. So that's the actual test track working on DC. As we know, I connected this up to a plug. That will plug straight into my DCC system, so I can now use this to program on. So it's brilliant in that sense, because it means that I can actually have the loco and the training car, as in a DMU or a HST, something of that nature, program the whole thing in one go. Because what that does is, when I program from the one end, it programs the other end, and obviously they're facing the opposite way. So in theory, you program one end, the headlights will be on this, tail lights will automatically be on that end. So that's the beauty of this. Yes, it is a little bit long, but I've got my old PCB ruler out, measured it up, and it's about 6.5 centimeters long. I can live with that. I don't really want to alter it, because if I want, as you can see, this just lifts off. I can always put my centerpiece back in. Happy days. So yeah, I'm happy with this. It's going to serve a purpose. I've got a lot of locos to actually service, make sure they work in DC first, and then I can go and convert into DCC. So I can use this purely just for running on DC, but I've got the option of running on DCC as well, which means I don't have to do circuits on the layout. Especially at the minute, you've seen my board from an earlier video and it's covered in stuff, and when you lack space, it is so easy to be covered in stuff. So there you go, that is my conversion. It proved to be very early. Now one thing I would like to say is that these clips here, as I showed earlier, these, the idea is that you stick these down onto your board and you then put the actual cable ties through there. You then zip that up and your cables are supposed to go through there. That's how they're supposed to work. I've cheated. I wanted it a bit lower, so I've actually fed the cables underneath. Now the reason I went for these are the sticky back. To be honest, it's quite strong sticky back and they might last a while. But the reason I went for these as well is if you actually look at them, they've got 2 screw holes at the side. So underneath a model railway, I can screw them and not even have to rely on the actual pad. And I know they're not going nowhere. And I'm sure we're going to see them used in the further builds down the line. So that's a really nice little hint and tip. So there you go. Hope you like it. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a nice easy conversion in the end. And as you can see, we're on to a winner. What did I do? Got to plug it in, didn't I? Plug it back in. And we're on to a winner. There you go, guys. What a numpty. See you later, guys. Bye for now.